I'm sure you guys were way more romantic.
No, yeah.
I mean that sounds like that's like top 5, like most romantic you met at a bookstore, right? Like no one's gonna hate on y'all relationship.
Yeah. The only thing it's missing is like we both reach for the same book, like that part of the story.
No, we don't even like to read the same genre.
Oh wow. But I mean, the assumption is that you're brainy enough to be able to work it out. Whatever the relationship is, you guys are like,
Have you guys read books on relationships?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We had that book. Was it All About Me? And
well, those were like journals. So yeah, when we first started dating, I bought these books from Borders that were like all about me, and you like filled out the story. So it was like write the story of your life for your partner. And so we wrote those out and then exchanged them. So we like made books for each other. But we've done like 5 love languages, the 5 apology languages, like all the regulars. I've probably read them more than he has. He's like,
but 5 love languages is dope. I would highly recommend it to anybody who's in a relationship. Definitely read those. What is it? Acts of service, words. Man, it's 5 of them.
Yeah, it's 5 of them. I like 5 apology languages. I like the 5 apology languages more. You never hear people talk about apology languages, but I think that one is a dope read because it talks about how to fight well in a relationship and how to fight fairly, and how some people like are not big on, like there's some people who need to hear the words like I'm sorry. They need you to say it, and then there's some people who don't care about the words. They want to see the actions, like I don't care what you tell me. I need to see a change immediately.
Yeah.
I think that's a dope one for people that they don't hear about often. But yeah.
I have never heard of it. And it instantly sounds like a good idea because the love languages, whenever someone recommends it to me, that's not in a direct like relationship, it almost seems kind of like predatory in a way, right? Whereas if you offer the whole kit and caboodle, now you have a balance. Like I'm telling you how I want to be dealt with in a relationship, but I'm also telling you how to deal with us in conflict as well, right? So I have skin in the game because what you hear, and I've heard people at my job say this, will like they'll blame people at their work for their love languages, right? But they've never tried to build a relationship. Is the people just just use that as a hot button to make an excuse. Whereas apologies, that's like that sounds like a very heavy reflective read, like to apologize or to be in conflict and resolve with somebody is not a clean thing to go through, right? Like it takes a lot of messy stuff, but I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that I'm glad you mentioned that because I never heard of it, and that's a dope book.
We can order it for you at classbookstore.com.
Hey. I like it.
That's fine.
We did that.
Yeah.
Tandy, what was that? What was that one book that you said you recommend to people before they get married?
I was waiting to see if they were gonna pop up with the name. Lies
at the Altar.
Lies at the Altar.
I
think it's Lies at the Altar.
Come on.
The best part, I'm serious. I have like 5 or 6 copies of this book. I would give it to like people when they got married or when they were not after the fact, before the fact. They're like, oh, I'm getting married. Here, go ahead and look at this book. The best part is she has like 100 and something questions in the back that you should ask someone that you're considering marrying. I mean, so many things that you don't even go over, you never even think to ask about. And she has those in the book. I forgot her name. My books are not in this room because my books used to be right here. I was about to reach up and say, yeah, it's Dr. Robin. I forgot her name, but she used to be on Oprah all the time. But it's a great book.
Robin L. Smith.
Yep. You got it. And I found them. They were at the dollar store at Dollar Tree. And I was like, I'm buying all of these books because this is really useful.
So here's some of the questions, because I also had that book, but some of the questions were, do you have trust issues and insecurities? How did your parents show their love to you growing up?
Man.
How will we make decisions together? If we get stuck in our marriage, are you willing to seek outside help with a counselor? How much alone time do you need? like those sound so practical, but yet they give you such big like freedom in a relationship to know how somebody's going to deal with things, or to know how to go to that person when you need to deal with things. It's such an important skill, man. Those questions, man. When she gave me that book after I got married, so if I was thinking about it, so it'd be like gasoline to the fire if you get ready to divorce. You're like, oh, I ain't asked 98 of these questions.
David, you're gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say, man, you know, the irony of that is, in our book club, the first book that we read, there's a section of the book that talks about like the area of activity of sex, like, you know, like relationships between male and female, and how in the section of the book it gives you like, I think it was like 150 questions where these are questions that you have to ask. It was kind of weird because he was like, you should ask them in a room naked by yourselves for 200 days. Like you should ask these questions over a period of 200
and
days.
Not have sex. You're just sitting there naked asking these questions.
Yeah.
And this will not end in sex. You will get up and put your clothes on.
Yeah.
It was a no deal for me, but I mean,
I was gonna say
the point of it is
200 days, I'm out, right? Like if he would have said for 2 hours, I'd have been like, man, that seems tough, but I'll do it. But 200 days, this fool.
I'll be in there genuinely trying to speed it up. I'm like, nah, let's like 2 more. I actually think we can.
Apples.
Yeah, I would just get some water. We can keep going. I'm good. Let's.
But yes, questions that you were asking definitely very similar to the ones that you presented. So yeah, glad to know that multiple people have this same idea of having conversations before you get married and not waiting until you learning about somebody.
Yeah,
gotcha. We cut to a job interview. So Amici, so glad to have you. This is you know, you've interviewed with several departments here and everything has gone well. You know, this is at this point really just a formality. We think that everything has checked out. We've done your background check. You seem to be a great fit. But our last interview is where we just get a little bit more intimate. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit more intimate, find out more about you, just ask more questions, just to kind of see, you know, where we are before we really make a commitment in terms of offering you a job.
Well, I mean, I thought we were like pretty much.
We really are pretty much there. It's just, you know, just to make sure, you know, we had a couple of bad runs in the past. And so we got a new HR director who's come in and has implemented all of these new techniques for us to really make sure we're getting a good match. So I hope you're okay with nudity, because I'm just going to go ahead and take my clothes off here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I hope you're okay with nudity. This is part of what we do for the interview. You know, it's a real act of vulnerability to just kind of sit here. You know, I'm not even going to sit at my desk. I want to sit here so you and I can face each other and see each other. We can just
Ms. Coney, we're on the ground floor. We have a glass window. People walking out in the street. They can see what's going on in here.
You're not the first person we've interviewed. They know what's going on over here. I mean, just get these pantyhose off, and these things are really tight in here. All right. Okay. Ooh, yeah. But I like to keep my shoes on because you never know, it might be a fire. So, one of the questions, so my first question is, at your last job, how did they show appreciation for the work you did?
This is just like an email, or, you know, if we had a meeting that showed.
You look like you're a little stuffy. You want to take something off? I mean, this thing really works better when we're both naked and we're both vulnerable and open and really connecting.
I'll take off my tie, I guess, but I'm not like comfortable.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just gonna be putting some candles down and lighting them around the room.
Thanks, Ralph. Yeah,
just standard interview stuff.
That's Ralph.
How come he's naked too? What's happening here?
But I mean, anybody that's part of this process is really looking out for the good of the company, and I mean, it's about vulnerability here at at Shields and Shields, we try to be vulnerable. Okay,
Yeah.
we just want to open up. We don't want to have any secrets from each other.
Yeah,
And
I have a
we just-
confession to make. I have a
Oh,
confession.
come on,
Yeah.
Ralph. Yes. it's confession time.
I didn't oil myself up. I accidentally spilled water on my chest before this. It was an accident.
Yeah.
I was a little embarrassed by it, but I'm gonna go with it, and I can admit that.
Work
That's
You're
why-
embarrassed by spitting water on yourself.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want you to think that I oiled myself up on purpose and came in glistening.
Glistening.
Okay.
No. He had a lot of childhood trauma. He shared it with us in his interview. And we embrace that, and we're open to him. See, this is what we're talking about, a fit to the company. So maybe you might want to do more than a tie. I mean, the tie works, but how about a shirt? Just take your shirt off. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, man.
Do you want help?
I know. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay.
He's not ready for that, Ralph. He's
Yeah.
Let me know.
Just
Happy
give me
to
a
help.
second.
Okay.
Okay. If
So-
the compensation package wasn't so great, I think I would walk out of here. But I'm not going to get a better offer in town. So
I'm glad that you're saying that out loud. So it sounds like the compensation is what's keeping you here. But if you had to dig deeper, what else would make you want to join up with this company? I mean, where inside are we really touching you and reaching you?
Excuse me. I
Oh.
didn't mean to interrupt this interview.
Oh, hi, Miss Helen.
I was interviewing someone else in the other room, and I broke my nail. And I was wondering if maybe someone can come over and just help me out in the interview.
whose job is that? Is that
Stay where you are.
Okay.
Amit, you don't move. Miss Helen, can I step outside and speak?
Hey,
to
haven't I seen you
you?
at Best Buy before?
Just let me talk with her. Just 1 second. Closes the door. Listen, Helen. Now you ruined Antoine at Best Buy for me, but I am senior VP here. Okay, I'm in charge of what's going on. I'm doing the naked interview, and you know it. And to come in here naked and start talking about your nails, you're crossing the line.
Why don't we both cross interview him and see which one he wants
This is
to be
not
more vulnerable? 'Cause
Competition.
I think I could get him to sign for a way less compensation package if I interview him.
Tandy, wake up. You're,
Oh my gosh.
you're not paying attention to the book club. What's
Oh my
going
God.
on?
What's going on?
I have a book in my dreams. I know I've got the books in real life, but there's a book in my dream.
We
It's about
gave
this
you a
company called
second
Shields and
chance.
Shields.
We gave
I
you a
know.
second chance. So you're over here dazing off in the middle of Amici giving his interpretation of the cave.
Without a home, I don't have that many places to leave books, so now I keep books in my dreams. I got to keep them in my head, and then I just kind of go to them. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I've lost so much. Please don't take this from me, Amici. I'm so sorry. I won't daydream. I'll pay attention. Okay, I'll focus in.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm 100% sure. 100%.
What's going on with you anyway? I know you lost everything. We appreciate you still coming, but do you have any kind of prospects of getting your life back together?
Not really. I'm thinking of I don't know, just kind of traveling. That seems to open my mind and brings me into contact with people who might help spark some ideas of how I might need to change my life around or where I should go in life. So I sold all my TVs because that's the last thing I own, and I'm gonna just gonna travel. That's it. I'm gonna travel around and see what happens.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, I just wanted
Well,
to.
actually, that's a great point because Amici and I were talking, and we think that your life, though you don't pay enough attention to book club, is kind of interesting. You want to turn it into a book, and we have this contract for you if you want to sign it.
It's on a napkin.
It's on this
dirty napkin.
and scene. and that is the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, for joining us, leaving comments.
Oh man,
love seeing it.
Yes.
Shout out to Connor. Shout out to Jason Lee. Shout out to my cousin Ryan, Ali. Shout out to Kelly.
Yes, Laura Rice.
Laura Rice, yep.
See out there.
Yeah, and shout out the Class Bookstore. Tell the people where they can find out more about you.
You can go to www.classbookstore.com. You can find us on IG at Class Bookstore. You can find us on Facebook, Class Bookstore. We also have a Twitter page, Class Bookstore, but nobody goes there. But hopefully we can get some followers on it. But yeah, thank you all so much.
Oh gosh, thank you. I cannot wait to order books.
Thank you. This is
I hope
great.
I'm close to the fulfillment center, i.e. your apartment.
Our fulfillment center is pretty central. And because our fulfillment center is not that large, we do keep a limited number inventory on us, but we can order any book that you want. So if it's not urgent and you don't need it tomorrow, then order with us and we'll get it to you ASAP. So we can custom order anything you don't see on the website. We love that people support us because they love us, but we also want to earn your business. So we hope that we can give you great customer service and you can pick Class Bookstores over the man.
Nice.
The man's on.
The man, Amazon.
Fantastic.
Yes, Twitter does have our website.
Yes, Twitter does have our website. Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like you got someone going to check you out on Twitter. If you want to check us out, you can check us out at CTUNImprov at all your favorite places, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, CTUNImprov.com, CTUNImprov on YouTube. So check it out. You'll find this where this streams every Tuesday around this time, around like 8. Sorry for bumping the mic. 8:50, 9. Hang out around that time. We'll be there. And Facebook, of course. And for John, for Michi, for Tandy, for myself, Antoine, for Class Bookstore, thank you again for joining us at the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. DJ Comfy, can you play us out?
For sure.
That's DJ. What you doing, DJ?
It was playing. I don't know what's going on with my volume. Oh, I got you.
There you go.
Watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes all the words.